Raila Amolo Odinga and Fred Okengo Matiangi yesterday held a crucial meeting with governors from Western Kenya and Nyanza region. That meeting is significant, politically speaking, because we all remember that last week, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga snubbed and failed to attend a similar meeting with governors in Naivasha. So that meeting yesterday is significant. And for us to understand the importance of that meeting, because I really want to dissect to you guys why that meeting was held and the objectives. But for us to understand why that meeting was important, let us begin by looking at the people who attended that meeting. There was Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Odinga is going to be the face of the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns in the entire country. President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to support the BBI campaigns, but it's not going to be the face of that campaign, because assuming we are going to go for the referendum and it fails, then the president would not want to take that. So Raila Odinga is going to take the political face of that campaign. So he was present. The second guy who was present at that meeting is Fred Okengo Matiangi. Remember, this was a meeting strictly for the governors. And Fred Matiangi was there. Why was Fred Matiangi there? Let me just take you to a post on the official page, Facebook page of Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government. The verified page. You are not able to see it, okay. I think it's reflecting. It's saying, Western Kenya and Nyanza governors today held a meeting with Raila Odinga and the national government. Yani they held a meeting with Raila Odinga and the national government, in bracket, represented by CS Fred Matiangi in Kisumu, where they anonymously endorsed the Building Bridges Initiative report and declared their support for the process, which is expected to advance devolution. I hope you are getting the point here, that Raila Odinga and the national government, represented by Fred Okengo Matiangi. So the presence of Fred Okengo Matiangi in this meeting was meant to send a message. Basically, Fred Matiangi was representing President Uhuru Kenyatta in this meeting. And he's also meant to send a that the Building Bridges Initiative process is a government project. And anybody within government who is going to oppose it is going to oppose a government project. And that was a message to the Deputy President William Ruto. The third guy who was present at that meeting is Junet Mohammed. Who is Junet Mohammed? The Suna East, the Democrat from Suna East, a key ally of Raila Amolo Odinga. In this meeting, it was purely a governance meeting. But the only member of parliament who attended the meeting was Junet Mohammed. Junet Mohammed is a key ally of Raila Amolo Odinga, and is always the link between Raila Odinga and the government. He was present. And remember, he's also one of the co-chairs, the people who are going to oversee the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns in the entire country. So his presence there was also significant. Number 4, there was Eugene Wamalwa, who was also present. Eugene Wamalwa is the cabinet secretary for devolution. And you also know that Eugene Wamalwa at some point was appointed as the leader, spokesperson, together with Wycliffe Oparanya for the Western Kenya. So he was present there. And then there was Oparanya, who is the chair of the Council of Governors in the entire country. Apart from those, we have the other governors present. And in Nyanza, there was the Sia governor, Cornel Amothra Sanga, who was present at that meeting. Also, his presence significant. There was Anyang' Nyong'o, who was the host. And then there was the Kisii governor, James Ongwae. Awiti was absent, of course, because of the spread of the virus in the area, so he's under isolation. Obado was not present because of the same reasons. I don't understand why Nyangarama, the Nyamira governor, was not there. But the entire governors from Western Kenya were present. I saw Oparanya was there, Kakamega, Vihiga governor Otichilo was there, Busia governor Ojamong was there, the Bungoma governor Wycliffe Wangamati was there, and the governor for Trans Nzoia. Trans Nzoia should be in Rift Valley, right? But predominantly Luhya. He was also present. So all governors from Western Kenya were present. So that meeting in Kisumu yesterday was significant, politically speaking. But why do you think that meeting was held in the first place? In my view, that meeting was held because of 4 reasons. Number 1 is the need to collect 1 million signatures for the Building Bridges Initiative process. President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are expected to officially launch the collection of signatures and the bill, I'm told, sometimes this week, either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So the president is expected to launch that project, that collection of signatures. But Nyanza alone and Western Kenya alone are enough to help in collection of these signatures. So if the other regions will not be able to collect the signatures, in my view, Raila Odinga and Fred Matiangi met with these governors to ask them to ensure that ultimately they are going to get the 1 million signatures from Nyanza and Western Kenya alone. How many registered voters do we have in Kakamega alone? So if you add the votes in the registered votes in Kakamega and Bungoma, those 2 counties alone are enough to collect the 1 million signatures. But remember, because of the COVID, it will be difficult to collect the signatures. But the law is you must have 1 million signatures. So in my considered opinion, these guys discussed on how Nyanza and Western Kenya are going to collect 1 million signatures. So that's number 1. Number 2, I think it's also about the county assembly approvals. Once the bill is launched by President Uhuru Kenyatta or published, then we are going to go to the next stage. Signatures are collected. So the expectation is that by the time people are going for, the bill is going to be published, then submitted to IBC. By the time IBC will be submitting them to. Number 2, I think it has to do with county assembly approvals. Now the Building Bridges Initiative process has now left the station. The next stage now is the bill going to be published, 1 million signature collected. So once the 1 million signature is collected, then they're going to be submitted to the IBC. Once they are submitted to the IBC, then the IBC is going to send the bills to the county assemblies. And then the county assemblies are going to be expected to pass that bill. So if they fail to pass it, then the process will die at that stage. And that's the most crucial moment, in my view, for this Building Bridges Initiative process. So Raila Odinga and Fred Matiangi, who is representing President Uhuru Kenyatta, are actually figuring out how do we get enough county assemblies to pass this bill. In my view, their calculations is very simple. Nyanza has 6 counties, which will definitely just pass this bill. Western have 5. So that makes it how many? 11. So they'll easily pass that. Then from there, you go to Nairobi. So which means Raila Odinga must deliver the 11 counties. They must say yes. And that's why the governors were meeting here. So how are we going to ensure that our county assemblies approves this bill? So then you go to Nairobi, you have 1. So that makes it 12. For the bill to be approved, you require 25. Because you have, we require 24. Because you have 47 counties. So it has to be more than half. So 24 is more than half. So you require 24 counties. So that's already 5 from Nyanza, 6 from Nyanza, 5 from Western. That's 11. Nairobi, that makes it 12. Then you go to the coastal region. Coastal region, how many counties do we have? We have Mombasa, we have Kilifi, we have Lamu, we have Taita Taveta, we have Kwale. Is there any other one? Mombasa, Kilifi, Lamu, Taita Taveta, Kwale. I think there are 5. So 5 plus 12, that's 17. So those alone, Raila Odinga will be assured of delivering 17 counties. So it means they'll only require another 7 counties to approve this bill. So they'll go to Wajir, they'll go to Central Kenya, a few counties there. Some will reject, some will pass. The 2 counties in Rift Valley, the Masai's one, that's Kajiado and Narok, will pass it. So that's the maths now. How do we get the 24 counties? And my suspicion is that President Uhuru Kenyatta is likely to also meet governors from his backyard to save him from shame. He's also going to meet the MCS from his backyard and tell them, please don't shame me. Number 3, I think it also has to do with the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns in the region. How are they going to campaign for this bill? Because already there are a lot of misinformation about the entire bill. How are they going to campaign for it in Nyanza and in Western Kenya? And what role will the governors be playing in campaigning for this bill? Because in one of my videos, I opined that governors are going to be key. They're going to play a central role in this Building Bridges Initiative campaigns. Governors have the structures. Some of them have the resources. But the bill is silent. The Building Bridges Initiative is silent on second-term governors. Someone like Rasanga, who is still very active. How do you expect him to go home? So probably most of them will go for either Senate or MPs. But how do you involve them in the campaigns if they don't have a stake in 2022? So I think those are some of the issues they discussed at that meeting, the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns. Number 4 is about lawyer politics. I am sure lawyer politics was also discussed here. How are we going to deal with the threat of Musalia Mudavadi and the threat of Moses Wetangula? Because if you go to Kakamega, for example, we have MCS who are allied to Musalia Mudavadi. If you go to Bungoma, you have MCS who are allied to Moses Wetangula. You go to Trans Nzoia, you have MCS who are allied to Moses Wetangula. So the question is, how are we going to deal specifically with those lawyer matters? And what role is Raila Odinga going to play? Are we going to talk to Musalia Mudavadi to join? So I'm sure lawyer politics was discussed. And lastly, I don't want to rule out the possibility that probably Fred Matiangi and Raila Odinga are aware of the plans to make Raila Odinga the president of the Republic of Kenya in 2022. So they must make sure that Western Kenya is a block. And that's why this meeting was closed door. So they discussed with these governors openly on the plans of what's going to happen. That Raila Odinga is likely to become the president in the next election, or even Fred Matiang'i himself might be the presidential candidate. So hii kitu inakuja Western Kenya. How do we form a Western alliance? Let me hear your thoughts on this. And if you're watching this video for the first time, please take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. We are almost hitting 90,000. Please help me reach that. Just share the video to your WhatsApp groups. Share the video on your social media platforms. I know so many of you guys are doing that, and I really appreciate. Just do that. Continue doing that so that we hit, our target is to hit 100,000. Enjoy your day.